Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and I am in with Fiona. You can see she had those nails for a really long time, and it's time to refresh them. We are gonna do actually a very bright neon design with Aurora pigment, and I love it. So first step is to sanitize the client hands, get ready. And then I will show you on this hand. Yeah, you can rub it in. Yeah, she knows what she's doing. And then I will clip off the gems. Like, she actually lost one, which is unusual for Fiona because she likes to lose her gems. Like, she's quite working with the hands quite a lot. So usually she might break a nail or have a wee bit of the lifting. And generally, they last pretty well on her. Like, and I quite like to record on Fiona as well because she loves wearing a bit longer nails than most of my clients, and she likes them bling it up, or she likes really nice and bright colors and some pretty designs. For the gems removal, I'm using an old clippers, and you have to be very careful with that. Sometimes it is impossible actually to remove the gem with the clipper. But usually what I'm trying to do is try to catch one. If you catch one, the other ones become much easier. And I use base gel to stick in those gems. And as you can see it, they are a nightmare to come off. Imagine like she's quite often wearing like a full blinged up set. My next step is to push back the cuticles, and you can see the size of the growth on those nails. Like, it is really decent. Of course, we did record that set, and here is a question I get asked a lot. Like, you guys ask me, is it okay to leave the gel with out of top coat? And we did gel with out of top coat on this design, and you can see it didn't chip or anything. It kind of gives us texture effect, but you have to use the French gel. So we did use the French gel for this set, and if I'm painting flowers or something which is colorful, I'm mixing this French gel with a tiny bit of the lighter color, darker color, to achieve a lighter shade, and then it is safe to do it without of top coat. Okay, so once we have done that part, I can put my e-file on and then remove any lifting and debulk the nails. And as a base, we have used the Perfect Rose gel here. So first of all, I remove the biggest bulk of the product, and then I will be concentrating, re-inspecting it for any liftings. And then a pinky. Look, that I'm also holding and protecting my client's nail folds. I'm also holding the nails when I'm filing as well. Okay, once this step is done, remove the dust. And now you can see there is a tiny bit of lifting here and there, and we need to remove that. So first of all, the great stuff about it is we give it a rest to the client's nails, so she's not going to feel the heat fraction. And now gently I can remove that lifting. Do not file over the natural nail, so you can see it. I've got lifting here, and what is my goal is to file below that lifting, so the lifting will kind of jump out on its own. See, I'm filing below the lifting. And one more move, the rest, oh, it just jumped out. I wanted to say the rest I will remove it with the hand file. Same on this one. Below. Okay. I can swap it to the cuticle bit. And file one side. Put it back into the reverse. And then do the same on the other side. You can see how much cuticle is coming off from an actual nail plate. And I love this cuticle bead because of the shape of it. So it's not touching my nail folds, it's only removing anything from the nail plate. I can actually switch off the e-file and show you the shape of it, like so. It's nice and flat on the top, and it has a good size to be able to remove the cuticles from the nail plate. Okay, my next step is to grab the cuticle nipper and just trim the cuticles. So this is my first client after a holiday, and I so couldn't wait like to be able to do it. Same like recording, like we really missed it so much. So I'm only removing a little bit because I will be doing nail fold exfoliation after we finish all the filing. And I am so happy to see it more and more nail technicians, like professionals, educators, are using this technique as well, like where they would clean it up, only what is on the nail plate a little bit before the product application, and then they will finish the cuticle work after they finish the product application, and they don't file anymore. Now the 100 by 180 grit, and it's the best grit for rebulking the product and for rebalance. So I'm just removing the sharp edges, making sure I'm not gonna hurt my client. This is a very important step for someone who starts out as well. File one side and file the other side to get those nice V shape. Shorten the nails a little bit, and then using 100 grit, I'm just thinning them out a little bit. Blend everything around the cuticle area, get rid of that lifting, and with the 100 grit, it's so fast to do it. But I'm not touching the natural nail yet. So one side, other side, you can also see it how they have rounded off during the wear. So we need to sharpen them up again, nice and slow, a little bit at the time. You don't want to overdo it. And that is so nicely sharpened up. Remove the bulk. Lift up that corner like the side wall. And move on into another one. Again, I had this lifting here on the side, so couple movement of the file and it's gone. It almost like jump out, you can see it. Perfect. Swap to the 180 grit, because with 180 grit we can prepare the natural nail. And I'm doing lots of scratches. I quite like to use those movements. Blend the product with the natural nail, and I can see it. Here is the lifting still happening. It does happen when we file as well. You have to make sure you remove it, everything. Scratch it nicely. You can see it here is like even a color, like a stain on the nail plate, so we didn't touch these places yet with the file. And I'm always doing so nice and gentle. And then this one too. Okay, so this way my nail plate is, and the extensions is ready for the product application. I'm gonna do it quickly, the same on the other nails, and then come back to you. Okay, so first of all, remove all those dust again and re-inspect it, like just in case if you needed either more scratches or if there is something. I like to do it, you know, like double, triple inspections, making sure the things are all good. And then blue scrub. Blue scrub dehydrates the nail plate. So nice, squeaky clean. You can see how harsh Fiona is with her nails. That's like unbroken, the blood underneath on the nail bed. So I always have to make sure the nail prep is top notch, so they last her like the entire month. Now an extra nail prep, which is a nail dehydrator as well, and then wait a couple seconds for it to dry, and we are going to use universal air bond. Also I have choose a milky pink gel this time. So previously for a French manicure we have applied on her hands the perfect rose, and today we are going to use milky pink because I want to do those kind of neon colors, and milky pink is a lighter shade. So it's gonna kind of make my colors to pop even more, especially for this design. So what I need to do is I need to pick up small scoop of the product, remove it from my brush, and then I can nice and clean go very close to the cuticle area, like almost touching it. Go around the nail folds, especially that's her nail beds, like on some of the nails are pretty short. I mean, they are much longer what they used to be over the years of getting her nail extensions done. But you want to make sure everything is nicely capped. Same in here, nice cap. And in this one. So the nail which was the most intact, I could straight away go and build up the apex, and that's the pinky. So I have picked up a small scoop of the product, and I'm just building up my apex. A little pressure because I want to leave lots of product there, and then stronger pressure because I don't want to put much of the product at the free edge. Like I want to have less filing, obviously. And then same in here, go a bit closer to the cuticle. There we are. Little pressure. So the difference in between a fresh set and the rebalance is that each time we've got slightly different amount of the product left, depending where was the lifting or damage, and you need to make it sure like the end results are all the same. Let's cook it. Perfect. And then once they freeze, we can do the apex on those two nails. So nice and thin layer. I like to work on my slip layer, so it doesn't matter like if it's a third or fourth one or fifth one, I would always put a tiny bit in there. Pick up the apex. And this one is too flat. You can see it as like not enough product. I have to repick it. but I will do it once I apply the product in here because I don't want it to run through the cuticle. Check my apex area and then add more into this one. So right in the middle only, because on the right side the product is slightly floating, I would say. Just remove it and you can see now the size of the apex is acceptable. They are a bit patchy because we changed the color, but that doesn't matter because we will cover it. Now 60 seconds cure and then we can file them. Okay, so when my client is cooked, we can file them with the free nail art, the joys. Let me know if your clients keep touching their gel polish or finish it results like or smudge, but that's not a big deal. I might have a wee dent, but we'll see how we get on. So usually when the things like that happen, I would let my clients keep their hand in the lamp anyway, because you want to cure the product properly before you add it more or you remove it. So this one was quite easy to fix and it shouldn't affect the overall shape, maybe a wee dent, but we will check it once we get to that stage. So now reshaping them, I make sure like my client's hand is nice and straight. And I keep those coffin shapes, so one side, other side, basically repeating the same movements we have done when we was removing the bulk of the product. Now thin out the free edge because I wanted it to be a credit card thickness. Blend everything around the cuticle area. And it starts looking better. Okay, now move on into the next one. So just the same, one side, other side. Blend it around the cuticle area. Make sure when you're doing those kind of movement that you don't go too rounded, because you'll make the shape of the nail to go very round. And I wanted it to be nice and sharp. Again, thin out the free edge. And as you can see it, I do not touch too much of the apex area, like we want to keep this product in there. And then one side, other side, free edge. And then check it from the client view. And then the same on the pinky. So one side, other side. Okay, this one still has a little bit of bulk, so once I done most of the filing, I would go and re-inspect it. And we should be okay with the one which was touched, because there is still quite a lot of product which we can file away. Now check the length, check the overall look, and we can move on for a buffing. So I'm using the white buffer first. Just go over like nice and fast, right in the middle. remove the dust, and we can swap for a gray buffer. So you can see it looks a bit patchy because we have done the perfect rose one and then we swap it to the milky pink, but that doesn't matter really because we are gonna put full color, and at least I've got some areas with the lighter gel, which mean my neon colors are gonna be more vibrant and bright. And I quite like those movements as well, because this way I remove any imperfections through the entire surface of the nail. This one I'm just touching up because there is a wee empty space which I don't like. So don't go in there, just at the free edge. And then you have to correct the other side the same. The more rebalances we do on one set of the nails, the more difficult it becomes to get those nice and sharp look. So usually I would carry out maybe a 3-4 rebalances, and that means like Shona gets a new set of the nails like every 3-4 times a year, and that's keep her nails in a pretty nice and good condition. Because you don't want to do a new set every single time, which means like you will have to remove the product from it, and that is really not good. Now I don't like this nail. It has a little bit of the rounded shape, too much of a rounded shape. So again, I'm just gonna touch it up. Okay, cuticle bead, and this time we are gonna swap for the wee ball and then exfoliate the nail folds. You can see we can clean the things. And also change the shape of the nail fold. Of course, everything looks a bit messy and dehydrated, but once the client washes the hands, things looks much prettier. So gentle exfoliation. Okay, I'm just gonna do the same on the other hand, and then I will be able to come back to you and we will be doing the design part, clean the dust and do the design part. So let me exfoliate this one more. You can see how nicely it is coming off. See what she is doing. So my client keeps lifting it so badly. There we are, that is all perfect. Now I'm just gonna do it the same on the other hand and then come back to you. Okay, now it's a fun time and I'm so excited. So I've got the back of the form, which I always place it in here so I can play with different colors. And then I'm just gonna clean it, those nails. and we can start the nail art. So I want all the mixes of the different colors, and the blue is a spiky blue 237 on my mixing palette. Then I've got purple rain, you've seen me using it a lot. Yellow one, sunny side up 240, and I want to place it next to the blue one so we can create turquoise. Squeeze the orange 239. And then some pink, the Paradise 259. And this is the colors we will use. So I've got my pinky in here. And what I want to do with is, on the corner I will place a blue. Then since I've got blue in here, I'm gonna do it blue in there. And then on the other one, the blue can go in here. And then the blue can go in there and in there. Clean my brush a little bit, but go into the yellow, so we kind of create a turquoise one. Like a greeny turquoise one. And I'm using watercolor just because a watercolor brush, because it's easier, faster, it's a bigger brush, so okay, clean my brush, and now I'm gonna swap for some pink color. And of course we want lots of pink. So pure pink, like make it a rounded shape maybe on this one. More from this side on that one. And then round it on this one. Okay, so each nail is slightly different. Now blend it a little bit, but not too strongly, so we're kind of getting an orangey color. So it is not necessarily all about the ombre, like I'm not trying to make ombre, I'm just kind of making the colors to blend a little bit, but not too much. I still want them pretty separate. I have removed the excess of the product from my brush because I had too much. And this one I still want to keep those rounded-ish shape on that one. So you can see it went a little bit more orangey. Clean up my brush and then go for the purple mix with the blue. And apply it purely, like just like this, pure purple on those empty spaces, and then we kind of gently blended it in with the other colors. I think it is actually very easy and fun design to do it, but it also looks really effective. Okay, now I'm just blending so slightly those colors. I love it already. here I had the bulk of the pink, so I'm just brushing that pink. Get rid of the dust particle which I had in here and touch up on the sides. Re-inspect it, re-inspect it, re-inspect it. Okay, I am happy with it, except the index finger, which has quite a big bulk of those color in here. So I'm just brushing away a little bit of that bulk of the gel polish. Just to finish it out. Okay, and now it's time to cook them. Yep, cook them. Perfect. And do exactly the same on this one. So I just re-inspect the nails. Probably I cleaned them a million times, but make sure they are even cleaner. And we are gonna do similar one. So this time I will slap some pink. First. Okay, then straight away from the pink, I'm gonna go into this orangey one. Clean my brush, and the next color we are gonna grab is this yellow one. So apply it on its own first. And then blend it so slightly. So just like couple touches of the brush, and you can see it does blends and creates like another color. Clean the brush again. And then let's go for a blue one. So first of all, pure blue. And now blue with the purple one. So blue and purple goes on where we've got the pink. And you can see how strong this purple is pigmented. Okay, the pinky one is ready. I'm just gonna check the sides. Then this side is nice. We need to blend that one, so I'm gonna grab some turquoise one. So like blue and a yellow. Just to create the new color. Perfect, thank you. Blend this one here. And then I'm also missing those turquoise, but I'm just gonna grab some fresh color because it did mix too much. And I want to add some turquoise in here. And more of this purple one. Just because we had too much pink. It's kind of like almost, there is never too much pink, but in that case it was. Okay, I think I am pretty happy, just a wee touch. Now, because we've got so many layers and we are gonna apply chrome over it, we are gonna do a buffing. So what I'm doing now is I'm applying the high shine. Or maybe I'm actually gonna blend it a little bit more. So yeah, just add some tiny bit more. Change. So I'm just touching up some places where I feel like we could squeeze another color or something. Change. And now the top coat. So high shine, no wipe. I am not too fussy how I apply this top coat at this stage. I mean, not fussy. And the reason for it, as you can see, there are some kind of imperfections because of the gel polish change. We have layered it and it is a little bit uneven. If I would apply the chrome over those kind of look, it wouldn't be this nice. So what I'm always doing is like also I'm missing a tiny bit of that corner here. So I'm just make sure like I place a little bit more top coat in there. And literally this step will take me like, I don't know, maybe an extra 3 minutes to my application process, but it's so worth it because the final results are so much nicer if you do it. Perfect change. So get rid of my mixing palette, then grey buffer, and I'm just touching up. I am just touching up my top coat. Like not only the top coat, like perfecting it. So first of all, the free edge becomes much thinner and much nicer, and everything will look prettier. They would actually look super cool in matte as well. I can see it now. But that gives me such a nice and beautiful sharp free edge. And here, like we had those bulk of the green color, so I can now nicely smooth it out. Re-inspect it, I can see it a tiny bit more bulk in here. Perfect, same to do with the other hand. Yep. If it's necessary, you can even touch it with the nail file. I will probably have to do it with the next nail as well, because that was where we was missing tiny bit. Sorry. Okay, this one is looking decent now. They would look so cool in matte as well, isn't it? Yeah, my clients think the same. They would look awesome in the matte. The only thing is like for Fiona, matte is no option. She would stain it so fast, like there is no way of going matte. We have tried it and maybe with the black matte, but That's the only trouble. And but I give you guys a tip. So if you're doing a matte nails and to your clients, you can advise them that's what they could do it as they could use the nail polish remover to refresh them. Like, you know, clean it with the nail polish remover, or even give it a gentle bath. So like if Fiona would go for a matte nails, I would even give her like this buffer, and she could touch them up with the buffer like on the smoothest side to remove any stains, if she would decide to go for a matte. But obviously maybe if she would go shorter appointment, like, 'cause usually we do book her every month, so that also makes a difference. But like some clients like to come every 2 weeks, and then I would say that would be probably a better option to go for a matte. Re-inspect them, search for any imperfections, maybe here a little bit too bulky on the apex. And honestly, like, it's hardly any product removed, because I'm only buffing a top coat. Like you can see, the gel polish is all intact, but it's making like unbelievable difference. Yes, they look cool and matte. Absolutely. But we are gonna make them nice and shiny. So I have cleaned all the dust, blue scrub again, like to clean it even more, because now my top coat application has to be perfect for all the chromes. When you're working with the chromes, if you get dust particle, if you get uneven top coat, it will really show extremely. Like the mirrors work like a magnifying glass and show any kind of imperfection. So that's why it's so crucial for us to make sure the top coat is applied perfectly. Okay, wait even sometimes couple seconds, like for the top coat to, for the dust to settle a little bit before you start painting the top coat. Okay, and now very precise, nice and slow. Because the way I apply the top coat, that's the way my nails are gonna look. Okay, and what I'm always doing is I would do the top coat and then go and kind of like move the nail about in different angles to see it. What is going on in there? To see it how the lights reflects on it. Because the chrome is gonna reflect on it too. Okay, we've got two really nice ones. Where is it all coming from? I was on holiday, coming back and having like fluff in my top coat. Come on. Look how nice and smooth it is. And I cannot wait for take those beautiful thumbnail picture of the nail. We will use the daylight, guys. Like when you're taking a picture of the nails in a daylight, things looks even prettier. Re-inspect it, cook it. Please don't bring any dust on it. Yay! And don't touch it. No extra free nail art. And you can see how much we have improved the shape of this nail. I honestly cannot wait to show you the chrome over it. And I love this turquoise one, like it looks so pretty. You can see it here, we got dust particle, remove it. You don't want it there. And another question I get to ask quite a lot is that's like if you're applying so many layers of the top coat, is this is not making the nails bulky? No, it actually works opposite. Because I'm smoothing out the top coat and the surface is so nice and smooth, Fiona, you're killing me today. The top coat makes it smoother. Sorry, I just had to say to my clients that she's breaking my fingers today and they just couldn't take any more. There we are, swap. Okay, time for a chrome. So I'm gonna use a mixture, guys, of an angel chrome and aurora chrome because of the look of those nails. Like I think it will be even much prettier and more interesting. So a drop of that one, angel, a drop of aurora, and let's have some fun with it. So tiny bit of that one, tiny bit of that one here. Again, I place it pretty random, I would say. And then the other one. And first of all, I want to just kind of bring it in on the nail. And then more aurora. So bring it into the nail before you start rubbing it in. Okay, and now is the time to rub it in. And I love it how different it looks on every single nail, making it even more interesting. Okay, so make sure there is no loose particles. If you leave those loose particles, they are not gonna be this shiny. So you really want to make sure it is mirror shine. Okay, I am happy with this one. Look how amazing it is. I hope camera can actually show it. Probably on the daylight they will look even different. Now I'm just taking the dust brush and touch them up gently to remove any excess of the pigment. And then do exactly the same on the other hand. Yep. So a drop of angel one, angel one, angel, angel, aurora, and I think a single chrome would give so slightly different results than like a double chrome. That's why I choose double chrome. Rub it nicely in. Another question you guys ask me a lot is like where I'm getting the inspirations from, and I thought like actually it will be really nice to do a live video. Let me know if you want to do it, a live video soon, where we could talk about it, like where to get the inspiration from. Because usually it's like one idea borns another idea, plus other extra things which we are doing with Patrick, like in general our kind of life is making a huge like impact on the designs I'm creating. Now I do the Aurora Chrome and the Angel Chrome tend to last amazing on the nails, like, so I don't have to necessarily do any extra steps rather than just cap the free edge. And on Fiona, Chrome always lasts nice, like, so I don't have to worry. I don't know how like she does it, like she's very active with her hands, but the Chrome, these two Chromes last perfectly on hair. So I don't have to scratch the free edge, I don't have to prime it or do any extra steps. Straight away just a top coat and it will hold on beautifully. For the chromes, and she had them as well, like a full color chrome, so say like, I don't know, gold, pink or whatever. Yes, she can get some chips, so then when we applying those kind of chromes, I would scratch the free edge, I would use universal air bond at the free edge, And even in some cases, I can apply the base gel over the chrome and then the top coat. Perfect cook-it, just to prevent those chipping. So that's another tip for you guys. I actually love how they turn it out. Very effective design. And of course, Fiona asked me about the gems, but I feel like we will spoil the look of it. They are quite nice, like, because they are all almost the same, if that makes sense. So we leave the gems for the next time. Again, since we were so fussy with the top coat application, I have to be very fussy now as well with this top coat. And of course, after we cook them, we will go and wash Fiona's hands before we take a thumbnail picture outside. Gosh, I keep poking the camera, it's just straight on my nose. Re-inspect them. I am happy, so perfect, cook it. Perfect, and that's the first hand ready. Always wait a couple seconds for the top coat to cool down and then we can start cleaning them. Okay, so nice. First clean. I'm not gonna bother about applying the cuticle oil and the things like that. I just wanted to show you it. And the other hand should be ready too. Yep. So again, wait a second for it to cool down. You can see the difference. And then clean it nicely-ish. And yeah, I save you just watching the time like me of doing all the cleaning, but I need to show you like that. I might actually record the video outside as well for a couple seconds just to show you it at different angles, how the chrome beautifully reflect on it. I hope guys you have really enjoyed this video, and the products, all products and the colors we have used are available on our website. We do ship internationally, so you can go and check it in the description of this video. I'm sending you huge glittery hacks and seeing you in the next one. Bye.